Ian Fleming, Greene knew the political and espionage worlds he portrayed extremely well. Both Greene and Fleming had worked for British intelligence during the Second World War. In the 1950s, they both introduced MI6, the Secret Intelligence Service, or SIS, agents, as main protagonists in new novels at the height of the Cold War. The two authors both named their fictional spies James and gave each a 00 code name. Ian Fleming's agent was the suave James Bond, 007, who led a glamorous lifestyle and enjoyed multiple sexual liaisons with attractive women, many of them fellow spies. Beginning with his first appearance in 1953's Casino Royale, which kicked off a long series of novels, Bond drove a Bentley, among other classic British cars, and drank shaken, not stirred martinis. Graham Greene's fictional protagonist, on the other hand, is the austere James Wormold, Agent 59200/5. British intelligence services employ him as their man in Havana, where he has lived alone with his teenage daughter Millie since his American wife abandoned them. He has a limp, drives an ancient Hillman, and his only extravagance is the frozen daiquiri he drinks at a street bar every morning with his German friend Dr. Hasselbacher. Meanwhile, the local police captain, a sadistic torturer on the payroll of the island's ruthless dictator, is trying to seduce Wormold's 16-year-old convent school daughter. Plain James Wormold was the antithesis of debonair James Bond. Wormold's spy persona owed something to Greene's own Second World War experience in the Secret Intelligence Service, first in the forlorn outpost of Freetown in Sierra Leone, and later at a Mayfair desk working under notorious Soviet mole Kim Philby. Greene later drew on episodes from his SIS work and the impending Cold War in his espionage fiction. The odd-sounding name Wormold mimicked the name of one of his romantic rivals, Brian Wormold. The former Anglican priest competed with him for the attentions of Catherine Woolston, Greene's American-born goddaughter and his mistress between 1946 and the late 1950s. The name itself conveys the decay and disorientation of an old worm, a mouldy worm, or the worm, aka spy, that turned. Although, in the case of the Cambridge spies, most notorious among them Kim Philby, Guy Burgess, and Donald MacLean, their turning by the NKVD, Soviet Secret Police Agency, forerunner of the KGB, occurred before the British government recruited them to work at its heart, in the Foreign Office, the Security Service, MI5, responsible for intelligence within the UK, and the Secret Intelligence Service, SIS/MI6, responsible for intelligence outside the UK. Ian Fleming's James Bond caught the attention of the mass-reading public. His series of novels later turned into a successful and continuing film franchise. Our Man in Havana would find a film life as well. Just 6 months after publication, film director Carol Reed and screenwriter Graham Greene arrived in post-revolutionary Havana to shoot a black-and-white adaptation of the novel. This was the same directing/screenwriting partnership behind The Third Man, the critically acclaimed 1949 film set in post-war Vienna. Famed for its resonant zither music score and a memorable performance from Orson Welles, The Third Man was a classic of film noir. Despite the star billing of British actors Alec Guinness and Noel Coward, the Reed/Greene collaboration, Our Man in Havana, failed to command anything approaching the same critical reception or attention. Both works excel, however, in evoking the atmosphere of time and place, the post-war ruins of Vienna and the pre-revolutionary decadence of Havana. Compared to Ernest Papa Hemingway's lengthy presence in Havana, Greene's multiple visits there are largely overlooked and certainly less celebrated. Defying advice in Greene's novel that it was